Star Wars droids. It could be argued that nothing is more iconic within the Star Wars universe than these lovable characters. It spawned multiple generations of builders that have spent countless years building awesome droids of all types and created a worldwide community around this obsession. We here at the Smuggler's Room are no different. Not only have we made replicas, we've also built versions that are entirely unique and our own. One specific change we made was to create droids in a reduced scale, taking a full-size droid, a full-size astromech droid, and creating a 2/3 scale version. Smaller in stature they are, however they still have all the details and much of the functionality as a full-scale build. For many years, we've been asked, can you show us how you build these wonderful droids, and share with us the ins and outs of such a build? Well, here we are, my friends. The journey of building an astromech, whether it's full scale or a lovable 2/3 scale version, thanks to the Junkyard Jedi and his master skills, we are about to bring you along an epic journey of bringing the lovable R5-D4 to life. And it all starts with the dome. And away we go.
Here's the R2-D2 dome at 2/3 scale. We started out with a cake cover. And I had a button on the top, covered up your birthday cake, and then we just scored all the lines on this. So if that's 2/3 size, if you've seen our medical droid, you can see the enormity of full-size droid compared to our 2/3. So here's the water pipe body. It's 12 inches around, so you can see what size this thing really looks like. We need to shrink down the plans for this full size down to 2/3. We did find the plans on the astromech.net.
Astromech.net and the R2 Builders Club is where you want to head for all the plans and details you need. There are literally decades of information and amazing builders there to help you along the way. Plans for almost any droid are also available there.
So basically end up with a pattern. This will be our 2/3 scale. Just scale it down to 66.6 or 0.666. We'll take all those 14 sheets and then make a full-size pattern. Cut these out, lay them out on our material, and then cut them all up. And then we can stick it on a plastic sheet. That way it won't move. We'll set a router in the center here and then cut out the circle. We'll do that about 16 times. All our paper patterns we cut out earlier, so we'll just glue them some sticky glue. Got some low-tack craft bond sticky glue, so we'll go over a piece of cardboard and put this on temporarily so it'll stick. So I got all of our pieces laid out on here as best we can. That way we can we'll just use a T-square and score a couple of times, then we'll just snap it. We're going to use a router and then cut the circles out with a router, and that way they get perfectly smooth. This is pretty thick stuff, so it's hard to really cut through. Just cut each one and then cut the inside circles as well. All right, got all the outside discs cut out. We still have to make the inside cut. We're just going to use this same little hole.
So now it has these little dotted lines. You take a knife and then we'll just score on those lines. And then once we take the paper off, the score will be into the plastics. That's where our other pieces are going to get glued on there. Got the 1mm plastic.
There is simply no way a build of this size could be done on this channel without the support of our awesome Patreon community. All of you members of the Smugglers Guild make it possible for us to bring free content as often as we do, and we can't thank you enough. If you'd like to see us build more projects, bring you more content and bigger builds, then considering going down into the description and following the link to Patreon and signing up for one of our tiers to help support the channel. Thank you all so much.
So here's the results of a couple days of cutting styrene into circles. Again, we use a router to cut these insides and outsides. Here's the top of the dome. These will be the dome sides that'll wrap around the frame. There's a whole mess of the little parts. Stand up and go all the way around. These will be pulled around this way, and it gives a little bit of a bevel when you pull it tight. Process of cutting these little triangle pieces. This is a stained glass pliers. A score on the line, and then works real well to be able to protect these sharp points when you snap it off. But this is the last of the parts before you start gluing it all together. So I printed out the instructions.
The files you get from astromech.net site give you the patterns, also gives you the step-by-step instructions on how to put pieces from the dome together. It's an extensive assembly, but the instructions are very thorough and easy to follow.
I labeled all these rings. Here's step one. Take this strip, it's called the Dome Ring 1 wrap. Keep it flat on the surface here and then up against the ring. We'll just put a little CA glue in the corner and then wrap it around. I put little clips on here to keep my piece from moving around too much. And then this is a plastic weld. It's almost like water. Got a little brush on it, just brush right along in the crease, and it just welds it together immediately. So that stuff works great for putting on this real thin stuff. All right, there's halfway mark. We'll just glue all the way around. Get all the way to the end. Score right across here. Just snap that off and it'll just fit right in. So the next layer, it's a little bit shorter height-wise, so it'll go on the inside of the ring. And then the third time around, there's a little bit wider one. Again, we'll stagger the joints. So we'll end up with 3 layers, and that'll be nice and strong. Nice sturdy little ring. Now what we're going to do is going to take, and we're going to put all these uprights right on our scored marks. Okay, so we glued all our lower triangular pieces on. And now we'll glue the facing on it. And then just work our way all the way around, twice. So we got 2 layers of banding on here all the way around. So we'll set that aside. We got 4 of these rings. Now we're going to glue these 2 together. We've got holes here to line up. And then that, with lining up our bolt holes, will go on top of this and the bottom, with the edge banding all the way around. This whole piece gets bolted to this.
We'll put a bolt-on little alignment bar, and then these inside holes line up with the interior ones. So then it'll all go together like so. Alignment bolts will go all the way through, and that'll hold it on top of there. We'll wrap this around. It goes up like underneath there and out to the edge. Outer wrap will cover the first one with the second one. Do the same thing.
This next segment was not fully filmed. However, it's very similar to what we've already shown you thus far. It's following the instructions and carefully gluing all the styrene ribs around the assembled dome so that we get a skeletal structure that you can apply the styrene skins to.
Alright, so while you were sleeping, I stayed up and glued these strips on each one of the marks, and the box pieces, and the face plates.
The small wooden dowel works as a support for all the various angled cut pieces of styrene that we'll be adding.
Now we go around and sand this bottom ring at this angle all the way around. We'll wrap these sides around here, and then there's a second layer that goes over the top of this, so it gets double strength. Got our skins glued on here, a little super glue. The pieces were a little short this way, so it's lower than this piece. We're hoping when this will wrap over there, it'll wrap down on that. What we need to do is continue this slope all the way out to the edge. One layer, and then we put this on as a second layer. Score these lines into the plastic, so when they peel the paper off, we can still see them because they'll be painted red in these panels. All right, we're just about ready to put the last piece on the top. Went ahead and cut out our panels. That way we can paint them red rather than masking all this off, and then we'll glue them back down in here. First we want to drill out our holes, referring to the plan. Well, the three eyes go all the way across here, and then the little greeblies are down below. But we want one of these panels centered over the eye. Well, you know what? That didn't work very well. We're going to pop it back off here before it sets up too much. When I pushed it on there, I thought it was going to be right. So, since that's down tight, we need to file this off just a little bit more so it's tighter curve. Sand that all off. If we have to, we can kind of fill in just a little bit of a crack there. Printed out all these eyeball greeblies, so we'll glue these together. In order to keep these things lined up, I'm going to use a 1/2-inch drill bit with some masking tape on it. That'll help keep it centered. After we get it painted, we'll glue these on. All right, for the neck ring, here it gets all divided into 16 equal parts. So what I did is I took some paper tape and folded it in half, and then folded that in half again. And we did that so we ended up with 16 segments. We wrapped it around and we drew a line on the top and the bottom all the way around, so all the pieces will go to the left. All right, put our little guide in here right on our line, and we'll hold on to our guide so it doesn't move, and we'll just slip this right into place. So there's all 16 of them in there. We'll paint it and then we'll set in our holographic tape. Actually, it's called engine swirl tape. Bolts will go through that. That'll be strong enough to keep the dome on. The Lazy Susan comes with rubber feet, and we just took a plier and pulled the little rubber feet off all these spots. When you drill that out, you don't want all the metal filings to fall down inside with the ball bearings. So what we need to do is we need to tape off all of these all the way around. All right, so just pick a spot here. You can see all the metal filings. We're going to use some number 8 by 1 inch screws. Once we get done here, we'll countersink those as well. All right, chucked up our countersink. So, Lazy Susan still runs good. There's a little bit of a gap in here. I think we'll slip a penny down in on each side. That'll center our Lazy Susan. And we'll line this up center to center. Once we tighten them up, we can kind of round them off so they kind of go in the holes better. So they'll go down in here. A little bit. And we'll go set it on top. There we go.
As you can imagine, my friends, there is much more to unpack with this project, and we have it all for you. An epic dive into the astromech build from the ground up. So make sure you're subscribed and the notification bell rang because you don't want to miss what's next as we build something out of nothing.